as I went forward in my career and I started working, as I told you, I worked in consulting, then I went to startup, then I went to a mid-sized company, then I was at SAP for several years, which is a very large company. Even within SAP, I was always more on the innovation side. So I was doing amazing work on very innovative topics, but I had the stability of a large company. So, there was a lot, even though I was working very, very hard, there was more balance, there was more stability. It was a much more secure position to be in. And after being there 10 plus years, I was approached by somebody that I had worked with, one of the executives that I had worked with earlier, who asked me if I would be interested in joining him at a different company, which was smaller sized. It was still a pretty big company, but smaller than SAP. And I thought to myself, do I want the risk I was taking is leaving something where it was a very secure job. It was very fulfilling because I was working, like I said, with all the latest innovations and, getting access to leaders at a very different level, to going to something smaller and, maybe a little bit more challenging and requiring a little bit more of the, what do I say, the work to prove again and establish who you are. And so to me, that was a risk that I thought through in terms of, am I ready to make that switch in my career? I had kids at home. I wanted to balance my family. There was a whole bunch of things that I had to think through. And so then I went back to those three fundamentals that I talked to myself about. And I looked across all of them and I said, this is a great opportunity. There's a person that I know and trust that I can go into in this new opportunity. And it gives me a way to feel out and test and experiment something different, and there's a risk that it may not work out, but that's life and we have to keep taking risks. So that's what I would point to.